Hello, this is Suleiman Ahmed, and this poster is about workplace exclusion and social identity. It is based on a real quote from a lecturer. He said he was the only black person in his department. Because of this, he felt different from everyone else. He also said that when his colleagues were talking, he could not relate to their conversations. This is because they had different lifestyles and different experiences. This shows that even if there is no direct discrimination, a person can still feel left out. In the workplace, small things like daily conversations are very important. People talk about their life, their hobbies, their culture, and their background. When someone cannot join these conversations, they can feel isolated. In this case, the lecturer always felt that he was different. He was always aware of it. This kind of feeling can affect a person's confidence. It can also affect their mental health and job satisfaction. So, exclusion is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it is quiet, but still it's harmful. This situation can be explained using a social identity theory. This theory explains how people see themselves and others in groups. People usually create groups based on similarities like race, culture, language, or background. These groups are called in groups and out groups. The in group is the group where people feel comfortable because others are similar to them. The out group is where people feel different and sometimes excluded. In this example, the lecturer is part of out group because he is different from the majority. The other employees form the in group because they share similar lifestyles and experiences. The in group often talks about things they all understand. They feel connected to each other. But this can make the out group feel left out even if no one is doing it on purpose. This shows how exclusion can happen naturally in social situations. This problem is not only about one person, it is a bigger issue in society. Many workplaces do not have enough diversity. A minority group are often underrepresented. Because of this, they may feel isolated. Also, people from different culture or background may have different life experiences. This make it too harder to connect with the others. So, workplace exclusion is linked to wider social inequalities. A real life example of this I add in my poster is the Starbucks incident in 2018. When two black men were arrested in a Starbucks store in the United States while they were waiting for a friend. They were not doing anything wrong. This incident became very popular in the media and many people criticized the company. It shows how bias and stereotypes can affect everyday situations. Because of this incident, Starbucks had to take actions. They closed many of their stores for one day and gave racial bias training to their employees. This shows that exclusion and discrimination can also affect not just a single person but a business. Also, it can damage a company's image and reduce customer trust. So, inclusion is not only important for employees but it also important for business success. From a social justice point of view, every person has the right to feel respected and included. People should feel safe and valued at work. When someone feels excluded, it affects their well-being and performance. It is not enough for organization to treat everyone the same. They should also understand people's differences and support them. To improve this situation, organizations can take some few steps. First, they can train managers to understand diversity and inclusion. Second, they can encourage all employees to speak and share their ideas. Third one is they can support minority employees by giving them equal opportunities. They can also promote cultural awareness so people understand each other better. These steps can help create a more inclusive workplace. So, in conclusion, I add workplace exclusion is a serious issue. Even when it is not obvious, it can affect how people feel and perform at work. Social identity theory help us understand why people feel included or excluded. Organizations must take responsibility to create a fair and inclusive environment where everyone feel they belong to the organization. Thank you. That's all from my side.